Listen closely because this is not a small story anymore. Reform UK is no longer just getting protest votes. If an election happened right now, they could win 40 to 50 seats. That means they could decide who controls the government. First, these aren't just protest votes anymore. These are real wins. If there was an election today, Reform UK could win 40 to 50 seats. That means they'd be the ones who decide who runs the country. Inside the Prime Minister's office, things are falling apart. Multiple people say it's complete chaos. Cabinet members are fighting in the hallways. On Tuesday night, people saw Deputy Prime Minister Angela Rayner yelling at Starmer behind closed doors. "You destroyed everything we built." Everything! Their screaming match lasted 35 minutes. You could hear it 3 offices away. Workers stood frozen in the hallway, pretending they couldn't hear the Deputy Prime Minister telling the Prime Minister he betrayed working people and destroyed the party. She hasn't been back since. Her schedule says she's in Manchester meeting people, but Labour insiders say she's meeting with MPs to plan what happens after Starmer. Chancellor Rachel Reeves had what they called a routine meeting with 12 MPs at a restaurant. But really, multiple people confirm it was a leadership planning meeting. They're not asking if they should replace Starmer anymore. They're asking when and how. One MP told The Telegraph, "Rachel didn't say she'd challenge him. She didn't have to." We all knew what that meeting was about. Transport Secretary Louise Hay told colleagues she's done defending the indefensible. She stopped going on political shows, stopped tweeting, stopped defending government policies. Shadow Foreign Secretary David Lammy, usually Starmer's most loyal friend, refused to appear on BBC Question Time, saying he was sick. But sources say he just couldn't defend Starmer anymore without destroying his own reputation. WhatsApp groups with names like Real Labour and Post-Keir Planning have popped up among Labour MPs. One group has 47 members and counting. The messages, according to leaks, range from damage control to actual plotting. One MP wrote, "He won't resign. We'll have to remove him." Another said, "Not if, when." A third added, "Conference is too far away. This needs to happen now." The plotting isn't even hidden anymore. MPs are discussing leadership challenges openly in Westminster tea rooms. But here's what could bring down not just Starmer, but the entire Labour leadership. Leaked documents from Wednesday night show something no one else has reported yet. Internal Labour polling from 2 weeks ago, before the King Charles incident, before the walkout, before everything, showed Starmer was already in serious trouble. The documents from a secret strategy meeting show Labour knew their pensioner policies were politically toxic. They knew cutting winter fuel payments would devastate their approval ratings with exactly the people Labour can't afford to lose. They knew veterans felt abandoned. They had focus group data showing working-class voters felt betrayed. And they did it anyway. If these documents are real, and 3 separate sources have confirmed they're authentic, then what we're watching isn't a political mistake. It's ideological arrogance taken to its devastating conclusion. Think about what that means. Starmer knew attacking pensioners would destroy Labour's traditional base. He knew it. He had the data. He had the warnings. And he chose ideology over voters. Now add the King Charles confrontation on top of that existing weakness, and you're watching a government that didn't just stumble into crisis. They walked into it with their eyes wide open, convinced they knew better than voters, better than polls, better than common sense. The optics of that, the sheer political stupidity of that, would be absolutely catastrophic if it gets wider coverage. But wait, there's another layer that makes it even worse. Those same leaked documents show senior advisors explicitly warned Starmer that disrespecting the monarchy in any way would be political suicide. One memo from 3 weeks ago reads, "Any perceived attack on the crown will unite opposition and fracture our base." This is our red line. Starmer crossed it anyway. He was warned. He knew. He did it anyway. Meanwhile, Conservative Party leader Rishi Sunak, who's been struggling with his own approval ratings for months, suddenly looks like a statesman by comparison. While Starmer rages and Labour implodes, Sunak has stayed calm, measured, and focused on defending constitutional norms. His approval rating jumped 11 points in 4 days. He's not even attacking Starmer directly anymore because he doesn't need to. Labour is destroying itself in real time, and all Sunak has to do is look competent and respectful. In a speech yesterday, Sunak said simply, "Britain deserves leadership that respects our institutions, honors our traditions, and puts working people first. No drama, no theatrics, just basic competence." After the chaos of the past week, that's exactly what voters are desperate for. For the first time in 2 years, Conservatives are polling ahead of Labour. The Tories are back at 31%, Labour at 24%, and that gap is widening every day. Conservative MPs who were privately discussing replacing Sunak just 2 weeks ago are now rallying behind him. One senior Tory told the Daily Mail, "Rishi's looking like Churchill compared to this Labour shambles." The Conservative Party conference atmosphere has completely changed. MPs who were sad a month ago are now energized, smelling blood in the water, preparing for the possibility of an early election that could give them another 5 years in power. The next 72 hours are absolutely critical for Britain's political future. Wednesday, Labour's National Executive Committee meets for emergency consultations. Officially, it's about party messaging. Unofficially, multiple sources confirm they're discussing leadership challenges and succession planning. The meeting is scheduled for 10 a.m., but sources say several members already requested it be moved to a secure location away from the press. Thursday, Prime Minister's questions could be the most explosive session in modern parliamentary history. Conservative MPs are preparing questions designed to maximize Starmer's humiliation. Reform UK has submitted emergency debate requests. Even some Labour backbenchers are reportedly planning to publicly distance themselves from their own leader during the session. One Labour MP told The Guardian off the record, "I'll be sitting as far from the front bench as physically possible." Friday, King Charles hosts his annual meeting with the Privy Council, and rumors are swirling about what might be discussed. Could Charles use ancient constitutional powers that haven't been used in living memory? Could he dissolve Parliament and force a general election? Experts say it's unlikely, but not impossible. And the fact that we're even discussing it shows how deep this crisis has become. Professor Catherine Hayden of the Institute for Government said, "We're in constitutional territory that hasn't been explored since the 1970s, possibly since the 1930s. Britain is watching its political system fracture in real time. This constitutional crisis will be studied for decades as the moment when a prime minister's arrogance collided with centuries of tradition and lost." And at its center stands Keir Starmer, who looks increasingly isolated, increasingly desperate, and increasingly finished. His political obituary is being written in real time by his own actions. So here's the question every Brit needs to answer right now. Does Starmer survive this week, or is his career finished by Friday? Did he just commit political suicide by disrespecting King Charles? Or will Labour's plotters remove him before he can do any more damage? What do you think happens in the next 72 hours? Does Angela Rayner make her move? Does Rachel Reeves strike first? Does Nigel Farage actually become the next Prime Minister of Britain? Drop your thoughts in the comments below because we read every single one, and we want to know what you're seeing in your communities. Are your Labour voting friends and family turning away from Starmer? Are you seeing the anger on the streets where you live? Tell us what's happening in your town because that's the real story the mainstream media won't cover. And if this story shocked you as much as it shocked us, share it with everyone who needs to understand what's really happening in Westminster right now. The mainstream media is already spinning this to protect Starmer, but we're bringing you the truth they won't report. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because tomorrow we're releasing leaked audio from inside that cabinet meeting where Angela Rayner confronted Starmer. You will not believe what she said. Trust me, what you're about to hear will change everything you thought you knew about this government.